Hi, I'm Jo, and I'm one of the teachers here at Intrepid English, and today I'm going to talk to you about one of our brand values. At Intrepid English, we have 5 brand values. They are growth mindset, community, empowerment, personalisation, and inclusivity. You can watch our videos about all of these brand values, and today I'm going to talk to you about personalisation and what it means to me and to Intrepid English. What does a personalisation mean? It means that your teacher knows you, and they also know what you need and what you want to learn. Here at Intrepid English, we do not have a one-size-fits-all policy. We know that all of our students are very different in many ways. In terms of language learning, you have all studied in classrooms with a variety of methods and materials. In terms of you as individuals, we are all human beings with brains that work in very diverse ways. Some of you have stronger passive skills, which means reading and listening. Some of you have stronger active skills, which are speaking and writing. Some of you learn best listening to music and learning the lyrics. Other people learn better with grammar books. Your teacher at Intrepid English takes time to get to know you as a person and as a language learner, and the lessons you study will be directly related to your needs. We plan lessons and we provide materials that suit you and help you best. So why is personalisation so important? Well, when I was at school, I remember complaining that so many subjects had nothing to do with anything in my life. I used to complain, this is so boring, this has got nothing to do with me, I'll never need to use this in my life. That was as a child, because I have to admit now, as an adult, that a lot of that boring stuff has been quite useful to me in my life, and that I'm very lucky to have had such a good education. However, if I had been taught in a more personalised way, where I'd been shown the direct relevance and usefulness of what I was studying, instead of some of the random and unrelatable contexts, I would definitely have enjoyed school a lot more. Here at Intrepid English, we want all of our students to enjoy their lessons and to always see a direct link between what we are studying and real life. We believe that great learning happens when students and teachers can connect over authentic situations with interest and enthusiasm. Additionally, there is a proven psychological phenomenon which shows a direct link between personalisation and memorization. This is called the self-referencing effect. Psychological studies have shown that people remember more information when it relates to themselves. For example, children can actually learn how to spell better when they write sentences with the pronouns you or I instead of sentences about unknown people. Another example is that if or when you might be introduced to a large group of people, it's far more likely that you will remember some information about a person who shares your name than with somebody who has a different name. If we take this to a higher level by offering you lessons and materials that are directly relevant to your needs and wants, it means that a student will be able to remember even more information. I particularly enjoy personalising my classes because I can see how much the student enjoys it. But it is also for my enrichment because I can learn so much from my students. I was recently giving lessons to an Intrepid English student who is a physics teacher who needs to be able to give a lecture on a famous experiment about quantum physics. Now for me, physics was one of my boring subjects at school. However, in teaching this student and helping her to master the English that was necessary to explain this incredible experiment, I learned so much, and it was absolutely fascinating. I found journal articles, TED Talks, and lots of other materials about the specific experiment. We perfected subject-specific vocabulary and pronunciation, and my student kindly and thoroughly explained answers to all of my very basic questions about particles and protons. At the end of each lesson, I felt a real buzz, as if I'd been in a really fascinating class myself, and I hope that my student felt the same way. A few years ago, I had a student who was an expert in her field of the petrochemical industry. She had to leave Venezuela and move to England with her intermediate English. Together, we worked to get her ready for a job interview, and getting a job was really vital to her. We spent months studying together using industry-specific literature, diagrams, and textbooks. I learnt, and have forgotten, more than I would ever need to know about drilling for oil. She learnt the names for every piece of equipment, computer program, and the infrastructure of the petrochemical industry in the United Kingdom. Additionally, we practiced language for job interviews and commonly asked questions. After a few months of intensive lessons, she managed to secure a job interview, and then she got a job in her first choice of companies. I was so proud of her work and dedication, and we're still in contact, and she's still doing really well in her job. I also teach IELTS, and despite the restrictions in that exam syllabus, I have found many ways to make the lessons more interesting, especially for the speaking test, where the focus is to talk about real-life situations. I have had many fun lessons where students teach me about their weird and wonderful hobbies and interests. Then, we work together to use a variety of grammar structures in this context, which makes it a lot easier for everybody to remember, and far more interesting than situations in textbooks which have no personal relevance. Please watch the videos about the other brand values to find out more about us here at Intrepid English. And if you're interested in learning more about how Intrepid English Teachers will personalise your lessons, then please do get in touch and ask us about it. Thank you for watching. Bye.